16th ranked Baylor, 2.5-point home favorite to number 9 Oklahoma State. The over-under is 56.5. It's a rematch of last year's Big 12 championship game, which you just said, won by the Bears. How are you winning on this Saturday, Barrett?
I'm going to take the Bears. I trust Dave Aranda's defense, but I think in this situation, two things. One, home field, that place is going to be rocking. When that place gets rocking, it's a really hard place to play. And two, if it's low scoring, I trust the better quarterback, and that is not Spencer Sanders at Oklahoma State. Blake Shapen's been playing lights out. And I think when you look at the pressure that Baylor can bring from a defensive standpoint, that's going to be too much for Oklahoma State to overcome. Look, I think there's no doubt Oklahoma State wants revenge for what happened last December in Arlington. They're not going to get it. I think this is a more complete Baylor football team. I think offensively, they'll do enough. I think the absence of Jim Knowles will be apparent. Derek Mason, I like the guy. I think he's a decent defensive coordinator. Jim Knowles is a lot better. So I'll take the Bears. I'll lay those points. I think they win by a tutty.
Yeah, I agree with you in that Jim Knowles, I think, has done a better job coordinating the defenses, particularly at Oklahoma State, than Derek Mason has. But while the Cowboys defense has dropped off a little bit this year under Mason, it's still testing pretty well. Now, some of that has to be accounted for the fact that Oklahoma State hasn't really played anybody. But you mentioned Blake Shapen and that Baylor offense and how well they've played. But if you go through the list of the defenses that Baylor's faced so far this year, not exactly the most impressive list of teams that you have seen. And I think this will be the best defense that they have seen to this point. And while I have questions about an unproven and untested Oklahoma State team, I just think back to the two games that these two teams played last year and how tough, close, and low scoring they were. And when that's the case, I think this year we're going to see something similar. Not many points, but I'm going to take as many points as I can get in a game in which I expect to be close to the very end. So give me the Cowboys and the point.
All right, Tom Fornelli and Barrett Sallee, thank you so much for the knowledge and the picks. Have a great weekend, guys. And to recap, both Barrett and Tom, they like Arkansas getting 17 from Alabama. Barrett thinks Ole Miss will win by a touchdown or more against Kentucky, while Tom's going with the under. They're split on NC State, Clemson, and Oklahoma State versus Baylor as well. And for the very latest info and tips when it comes to the world of college football, check out the Cover 3 podcast. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.